We are about to go live.
Good morning, everybody. It's Jeff Goldberg for the Sales Pro Network. It is Friday, March 13th, and I could not be more excited. I'll tell you why in a moment. If you have not joined us before, I'm a sales coach and trainer, and I work with both individuals and organizations internationally to help them increase their sales. And if you have joined us before, you know that every Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, I either do a live training or I bring in a guest who can add value to the profession of sales. And my friends, today is certainly no exception. Before I get to that, I want to remind everybody, as I've been doing at the beginning of each of these, that the year is still young. We're 2.5 months in, but we are 2.5 months in. And that means you've only got 9.5 months, 9.5 months left to the year. Is that right? 10.5?
It takes 9 months to make a baby.
9.5 months left to the year. That means if you're not already 2.5 months, 2.5 months towards your goal, towards achieving or exceeding your goal, now is the time to get busy. Now is the time to get help if you need it. If you don't want to call somebody like me or our guest today in October and November and say, hey, I'm not going to make my quota, because then it's too late for us to help you. So get busy now. And with that, it's my pleasure to bring our guest on, with who you can already see. Today's guest happens to be a dear friend of mine, so I'm honored that he's here. I'm honored that I'm able to call him friend. He is the founder of Evie AI, an amazing tool, which I'm sure he's going to talk about today, as well as Evergreen Marketing, a digital marketing agency. He's truly a genius, and I hate to set expectations so high, and I don't use that term lightly, but my friend Joe is a genius. Please welcome my dear friend, Joe Apfelbaum. Good morning, Joe.
Thank you so much for having me on the show, Jeff, and thank you for calling me a dear friend. Thank you for all your love and admiration, and it's mutual. It's very rare to find someone who's a online presence like you are and a speaker, but it's also super funny, super friendly, and super down to earth and humble. So thank you for being that amazing friend that you are.
Well, I'm just fortunate that I was introduced to you, and honored that you consider me a friend too. And especially since you're a younger, very successful guy, somehow you put up with an old fart like me. So I appreciate it. Guys, I'm really super excited today. We've never done this before in, I believe, the 4.5 years that we've been doing this show. But Joe is going to make live cold calls today while we watch. He's going to show you the system he uses. You're going to watch and hear him. Hopefully he's going to connect with some people and actually have some conversations, but we're going to sit by quietly and watch as that happens. Before we do that, Joe, can you tell me a little bit about, first of all, why do you cold call at all? A lot of people won't do it. I still teach people how to do it, but why do you believe in it?
I believe that every form of prospecting is a powerful form of prospecting that will help you be able to achieve your goal. There are different types of people out there. There are people that respond to DMs. There are people that respond to emails. There are people that respond to text messages. There are people that respond to WhatsApp, and there are people that only respond in person. But then there are those folks that were born in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, right?
50s,
60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. And those people are used to having a piece of technology that many of us don't even realize was the only piece of communication technology back in the day, when you couldn't travel globally by just getting on a plane. You couldn't just, it wasn't affordable to just go to Miami for $99. You know what I mean? It was a very big luxury to get around, to go to conferences and all that stuff. And so people had to do something called make phone calls. And many people that are in the position of power today, that are influencers, decision makers, buyers, and the users within corporations, they still have phone numbers. And they still pick up their phone as if it's the 70s, 80s, 90s, and might I say even 2000. So it is a form of prospecting which I recommend that people add to their mix, because if you're afraid of it, then you're limiting your ability to connect with people. What I love about the phone is that we're connecting emotionally, versus if I send you a text message, there's very little emotion in a text message, but the tonality of a phone. And what really hit me hard was the statistic of when a child hears the mother's voice over the phone, the child increases their serotonin, their dopamine, and the hormones that make them be able to feel comfortable and good. And so you can research that, the effect of that. So your tone really transfers energy, and it's a very powerful way to connect instantly and to get instant feedback from someone. And so I do like putting the phone into a mix. And by the way, people are like, oh, I never leave a voicemail. I'm like, dude, voicemails are transcribed now. You know that voicemails on my cell phone, I don't have to listen to voicemails anymore because I get the text. So often I have this detailed script, and now I have technology drop the voicemail for me. It's a marketing tool, and people actually read it.
Yeah, perfect. So I feel the same way as you do, that I don't want to make cold calls personally. I love teaching people to do it, but I hate doing it myself. But I do believe it should be a part of almost every salesperson's mix. I believe in what I call a blended approach to prospecting, which I know you do too, because most people don't pick up on the first dial. They don't answer the first email. So we need to make multiple touches, and cold calling is one more touch that we can add in. Before we actually make some live calls, how do you prepare? How do you come up with a list of who to call, Joe?
Well, I have different lists. I have something called a CRM, a client relationship management software. The one that we use is called Unlimited Digital Marketing. It's one that we provide to people from Ajax Union, my digital marketing agency. We have a marketing automation platform that includes everything from social scheduling to funnels, lead magnets. It's based on GHL, or Go High Level, for those that know what it is. And it's a very complicated system, but we make it very simple to use. And then we give you unlimited access to it. And then we fill your funnels with leads. And so I might have a list of cold leads that are sitting there that maybe requested information about a program, or maybe they came across a website and they clicked a button on a website. Or maybe they watched a video and they had to put in their phone number to watch the video. And so I have all these cold leads of people that haven't expressed interest in anything specific. And what I do is I have them in a pipeline that has different stages. So Jeff Goldberg teaches that you have to take people from stage to stage, from cold to close. And the way that you get there is by going through a specific sales process. And I love the way that you teach that. You've taught my sales team how to do that effectively. And as a result of your training, we've generated tens of thousands of dollars in recurring revenue just within the first few weeks of the lessons that you've taught, because you have very specific skills that you teach. And anyone that doesn't use your service or your training is literally throwing money out the window, because an untrained sales rep is a sales rep that is wasting the company money. They need to get trained, and they don't automatically get trained by themselves. The only thing that they show is bad habits. And so I tell everybody, hire Jeff Goldberg as your sales coach, sales trainer, because 10% of whatever you're spending on sales reps, you should definitely spend on training the sales rep. So if you're spending $500,000 a year, put $50K into training your sales rep. Some people say 20%, some people say 30%, but I say minimum 10%. And so if you have a sales team that you're spending $500K a year to, put $50K into training your sales team, and watch them, instead of generating $500K, they could generate $1 million or $2 million or $3 million and help you be more effective in your business. So for me, I use a system, and in that system, we have compiled, organized, researched lists of people that have requested information. Now, we have a variety of different lists. Some lists we have a forum where we're running an ad, and people are just, clicking on something, and then they come into a list. They don't know they're going to be called, so that's why it's a cold call. They don't know. I have other tools like Apollo.io, where I can go find specific prospects, put them into a list, grab their cell phone numbers, and I can also use a dialer on Apollo just to call everyone. But the tool that I'm going to be using today is a tool we provide our clients, and the website is unlimiteddigitalmarketing.com. And remember, there's 2 Ds, like in Dunkin' Donuts, a double D right inside unlimiteddigitalmarketing.com.
And Joe, I know you have another product which is phenomenal, EVAI. Do you use that? Does that relate to cold calling at all? And if not, could you just explain for the audience what that does?
Yeah, it 100% relates to cold calling, warm calling, and hot calling. And the reason EVAI relates to all of them is because if you want someone to trust you, what you need to do is to figure out, A, who they are deeply. You need to get to know them in a deep way. You can't just call somebody cold anymore and not have any information on them in the age of artificial intelligence. So we have a research assistant. So if you're a sales rep and you don't have all the intelligence in front of you of who you're talking to, you're not going to be able to have an intelligent conversation with them. I get cold called every single day from people who are not prepared. And they say, hey, my name is Bree from Pump. And I'm like, excuse me, how do you spell your first name? And they're like, BREE, whatever. And then I'm like, and how do you spell your company name again? And they're like, Pump, PUMP.AI. And then I just go on EVAI, I research them, and it tells me their first name, their last name, where they work, where they're from, who their ideal client is, conversation starters, their achievements, every podcast they've been on, every article they've written. Within 3 seconds, I have all that information front and center with EVAI, and now I know who I'm talking to. And based on me knowing who I'm talking to, I can now control the narrative in the conversation, because she hasn't even taken the time to research me. So the person with the more information wins. So I have all the information I need on this person. They have They have nothing on me. They basically just like, hi. So Joe, the reason why I called, I was like, before you tell me the reason that you called, I have a question for you. Can I ask you a quick question? Do you really like me? And she's like, well, what are you talking about? I like you because I see that you're an Olympian and I see that you wrote 3 books and I see that I took the time to research you. She's like, how'd you know I was going to call you? I was like, I didn't need to know that you were going to call me. Hop on my Zoom. I'm going to show you my research I did on you right now. And then they're like, are you about to do a reverse demo on me? I'm like, it's called a reverse cold call, not a reverse demo. But can you bring your manager too so you guys could see what I'm doing?
I love that.
And then they buy 3 licenses.
So, you're also a LinkedIn expert, which we didn't mention, and Evie AI is really attuned to LinkedIn. Can you just, I want to get to the cold calls. Could you just briefly explain how does Evie AI help you if you're trying to use LinkedIn to build a brand, become known as a thought leader, and develop more business?
If you want to be able to grow on LinkedIn, you need 4 things. You need a strategy, you need a community, you need technology, and you need accountability. You just need those 4 things. If you're just doing LinkedIn without a strategy, you're not going to be successful. You're going to be spinning your wheels, connecting to the wrong people, and not doing all the right activities. If you don't have a community of people that are going to comment on your content, you're going to have posts that have no comments and no likes and no nothing, and you're not really going to have people that see your content. You're going to have strangers. You're not going to have friends that can refer business to you. You refer me to a guy named Michael. By the way, when Michael talks, he sounds exactly like you. He's hopefully going to become a client today. We're meeting at 12 o'clock, and hopefully he'll become a client. And the reason I'm able to connect with him so deeply is because our mutual connection and because I have a specific strategy and because of the community that I surround myself with. And the third step is you need to have the right tools. If I want to leave a comment on someone's post, I don't have the time to sit there and think about what to say. I'm going to forget. I'm not going to write it, and I'm going to move on. I'm going to procrastinate it. But if I'm a sales guy, I know that I need to leave 5, 10, 15 comments every single day. With Evie AI, it's a keyboard shortcut. The comment just appears in my voice. So I sometimes will leave 50, 70 comments in one day, and people are like, how the hell do you have the time to do it? It's just a keyboard shortcut. It's like Control-C, and then you're good to go. The actual keyboard shortcut is Control-Alt-G, and then all of a sudden the comment appears. And so that's, and if I want to post, like if you're in sales and you're not posting, I just spoke to a sales guy yesterday from a company called Popple. And the guy's like, dude, how are you posting every day? I have 20 sales reps. They're not posting. I was like, Evie AI writes all your posts with a hook, main points, call to action, hashtags, and a great image in exactly 3 seconds. And you now have original content that sounds like you, where you can train the LLMs, where your people that are following you can see. You're wasting time, wasting money, wasting energy if you're not using Evie AI. So we do posting, engaging, messaging. We write connection notes. We write recommendations. We help you organize your connections into lists. We help you research them. So we save you a ton of time. And we don't just work on LinkedIn. We work on Facebook and Facebook groups. We work in school communities. We're very, very powerful in terms of how we're doing things. And we're about to launch 200 new features this year.
Wow. We might have to schedule another one of these where you come back and show everybody live how to use Evie AI, because I've watched Joe do this and it's simply astounding. Look, Joe gets more accomplished in 1 hour than most humans do in a week. And I've watched him, sat with him while he's doing it. He just posts and it's like, it's an astounding time saver. And like Joe said, you have to sit and you think and you forget and you get distracted. Evie AI really does make it amazingly easy. One more question before we make calls, Joe. How do you prepare mentally before you make cold calls? Do you do anything mentally to get ready to psych yourself up?
I used to have to prepare very, very mentally before, but I'm telling you right now, the most important thing that you can do is close your eyes and meditate. Some days I'll meditate for a full hour before a 90-minute prospecting. Because when you close your eyes and you breathe and you meditate and you get really, really centered, you're coming from a place of calm, not from a place of nervous energy or a place of scarcity. You need to know that all the wealth that you need, you already have. The potential's there. It's about you now to deliver value to people, and the more value you can deliver, the more value you're going to get back. So I know what my objective is. My objective is not to close anyone on the phone, but to book a call. My objective is to build relationships, and if I get really centered and I'm not pressured, the person will feel that yummy centered energy, and that's what will come across on the phone. Most people that call me are pressured, they're not centered, they're in scarcity mode, and they can't have the creative ability to know how to deal with interrupting somebody and know exactly what to say on the fly because they're so fumped up. But if you take a few minutes and you meditate, and then you know your objective, for me, that's powerful. I also run. I'm a runner. So making sure that I run, making sure that I eat well, making sure that I drink apple cider vinegar, I don't rap before a call, although I do enjoy rapping.
I know you do. Uh, Something that I was taught years ago by one of my other dearest friends. He's an attorney, and he told me that before every meeting, he's a divorce attorney, and before every meeting with clients, he'd go in, he'd be representing a husband or a wife, and they'd have to be going into a meeting. He said, "I close my eyes and I ask the Lord to give me the strength to serve both these people." And I love that idea. Give me the strength to come from the right place and serve whoever picks up the phone. I think that's a great way to go. Michael wants me to ask you to create a rep, but we don't have time for that today, Michael. Maybe at the end. I'm going to bring up your other screen, Joe, and take it away, my friend. Let's make some calls.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. So we have this psychedelic thing that we kind of put up over here because I wanted you guys to see this amazing, amazing psychedelicness here that you guys can see. But so that you know, this is the tool that I'm going to be using. It's called Evie AI. And I'm going to open it up right here on the side so I have it front and center. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of keep it on the side here so I have it next to me so that I can always use Evie AI. So if I'm going to find someone on LinkedIn, let's say I'm going to pull somebody up. If I want to call Tam Pearl, I might want to pull Tam Pearl up just like this. And I'm going to pop them in this window so that it kind of finds them with a click of a button. So let's just assume this is Tam. Evie AI can start doing research on Tam if I want to do research on Tam or if she actually picks up the phone. This is not Tam over here, but the first step that I'm going to do is I'm going to just refresh this page just to make sure I have the technology in place. Now, the technology that I'm using is a dialer technology that allows me to be able to click a button like this call button here, and I'm going to call these 40 opportunities that are right here. And it's
Which number are you using, Joe?
I'm going to be using 973-841-8868, which is the number that our artificial intelligence will pick up when somebody calls back. So let's say somebody misses a call, because I'm going to be doing 40 calls in the next 5 minutes. So tell me if you can hear the phone ringing.
Yes, we can.
Okay, great. So now as soon as somebody picks up, I don't know who is going to pick up from all these people, but as soon as they...
you have reached a number that has been...
Okay, as soon as they pick up... Hello, Donald?
Yeah, this is Don. Can I help you?
Hey, Don. The reason I'm calling is because I was informed that you were interested in some LinkedIn training. Are you looking for clients right now, or are you looking for a job?
No, I don't know. I'm not sure what that means.
Oh,
LinkedIn.
Do you currently have a business, Donald, or are you looking for a job? Which one?
No, I'm working right now. I'm at work.
Oh, you're at work. What do you do?
Yeah, I'm an accountant.
You're an accountant. Amazing. Are you currently looking for new accounting clients? You only do bookkeeping, or you do like outsource CFO stuff?
I'm a CFO actually for a new company coming out of Germany already. They're getting ready to start. They recycle.
They recycle stuff?
They recycle. They can actually go into landfills, take trash out, and recycle around 70 or 80% of the trash.
Holy
and
moly!
Make building products. Home Depot is real excited about it. They want to take all their cardboard boxes and their trash and turn it into pavers and stones for your patio and stuff like that. So
wow.
That's what I'm getting ready to join. I'm
oh my
old.
God.
I'm 72.
You're old?
Yeah, I'm old. I'm 72.
Are you currently using LinkedIn? Are you currently using LinkedIn? I see you posted yesterday.
Well, I post on LinkedIn, but I wrote some books several years ago, 7 or 8 years ago, called Great Profit Ideas. And they're just short one-paragraph ideas for business owners on how to cut costs and improve sales and stuff like that. I've worked in 8 states, 2 countries.
Oh my God, you're like a modern day Renaissance man.
Well, my governor is the one that got me to do it, so I didn't mean to bore you, but
no, you are anything but boring. You are literally anything but boring. I can listen to you talk all day. You are just really, you're an incredible person.
If you go, it's been an opportunity. If you go to my website, Donald Sylvester on LinkedIn.
Okay.
You'll see I've been posting. I've been posting every week for 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
Yesterday I posted an article. What should you do when you have a brand new customer?
Oh my God! My God, you're like a thought leader. You implemented multiple cost systems and detailed margin reporting, right, across manufacturing and distribution businesses. Is that you?
Yeah. Well, it's when you're a CFO and I've been in manufacturing, book manufacturing.
Holy moly!
steering wheels up in Canada, 7 million steering wheels a year.
Wow, 7 million steering wheels. And you grew that company sevenfold in revenue and supported a sale to an industry leader, right?
No. I was just a controller.
Okay, got it.
No, this experience was good for me. So anyway.
Okay, what about you also did like a $35 million waterworks importer, right?
I worked for two guys. Yeah, one was from Bangladesh, one was from India.
Wow.
They brought in waterworks. All the what's around. God,
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. You know, I would love to hop on a Zoom. You're a really impressive person. I don't say this to everyone, but you have so much experience, and I would love to hop on a Zoom call with you and just kind of show you what I'm doing, because you have so much potential to get out all your thought leadership on LinkedIn. And unfortunately, you're underconnected and underfollowed, and there's some little tweaks that you can do on LinkedIn that will change everything for you to help people, have that what if preparation thing, or profitability estimator performance, or all the value driver things that you do to position you as a CFO controller, improving profit, not just keeping the books. All that stuff that you talk about, manufacturing, construction, distribution, profitability. Would you be open to hopping on Monday with me on a call? Like, would you want to do like during office hours, or do you want to do more like 7 p.m. on Monday?
Well, I have to work. I mean,
okay, so 7. So that's what I'm saying. 7 p. I figured 7 p.m. on Monday. I'd love to show you. Can you join me on 7 p.m. on Monday?
Well, okay, what I need to do is I need to be able to set it up with my daughter.
Okay.
And because I'm working, sometimes I'll work with her on her business. She's got a business also.
Oh, what does she do? What does your daughter do?
I'm an artist, and she took a bunch. She lived in New Orleans for a while, and I did a lot of artwork for her, and so she sells products with my artwork on it over in New Orleans to the vacationers. So let me do this. If you don't mind doing me a favor, just send me an email.
Yeah, of course.
We can do.
Yeah, of course. I'll definitely send you an email. I definitely will that. But do you want to just pencil in some time, maybe next week at some point, because my calendar gets crazy booked. Maybe we could pencil in 15 minutes, and I'll also send you an email with all the details and everything. And if you can't make that meeting, you could always text me and say, Joe, I can't make the meeting. But I would love to just at least have something penciled in. Do you think Monday at 7 p.m. we can just spend 15 minutes on a quick Zoom call? That would be epic.
Yeah, but just send me an email first, okay? So I can figure this out. All right?
Is Monday good for you, or is Tuesday better? And I definitely will send you an email first. I just want to know where I should clear my calendar. Monday would be good. Okay, great.
Yeah, Monday at 7.
Okay, and let me ask you one last question before I let you go. What's your favorite pizza topping?
I don't eat pizza.
Okay, there you go. There you go. You don't eat pizza. You're more of a taco type of guy, right, Don?
Yeah.
All right. Excellent.
All right.
Thank you, Don. We'll talk soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. All right. What happened over there? And I could do this literally every minute on the minute. I can have these conversations every minute on the minute. But let's just discuss this for a minute, because you don't need to just see volume of calls that I can do. The real key is going to be like, okay, you saw how long it took me to get one guy on the phone with a list of 40 people.
That's what I wanted to talk about. It took you about 13 seconds to get the first person on the phone. And while you were doing that, I put something into the chat saying, I love when people tell me cold calling doesn't work because nobody ever picks up. That was brilliant. You could not have done better there, Joe. It was astounding to watch.
Yeah, and look, I have 5,000 people that my appointment booker, who's on this call right now, her name is Ash, that my appointment booker is calling. And her goal is to book at least 5 meetings every single day. That's her goal. That's the goal that she has. And more often than not, she'll book 5 meetings every day. A lot of the people are not qualified, so we have to make sure that they're 5 qualified meetings. That means they're the type of people who need clients. This guy was semi-qualified. Yeah. Semi-qualified. I wouldn't consider him super qualified. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get him for 15 minutes on the phone to ask him the 4 qualifying questions that I need to ask somebody. And I could have done it then and there, but I knew he was distracted. I knew he wasn't in the place where he could really think and answer thoughtfully. But the fact that he picked up the phone, and the fact that his daughter has a business, and the fact that he's an author and a speaker, and he's out there, and he's active on LinkedIn, that's a green flag for me. The fact that he wants to do things more effectively. So this guy can easily be, let's say, a $5,000 a year potential for us, $5,000 in revenue, just from me making a call, dude. The guy, by the way, did the guy ask me what my name is, what my company is? Did the guy ask me anything at all?
Nope,
Or was
all
I
he did was answer your
100%?
questions and
I was
let you know that
100.
he didn't like pizza.
Jeff Goldberg. I was 100% anonymous. Some people think, oh, I'm too young. Oh, I'm too old. Oh, I don't have a website. Oh, I don't have. I'm an anonymous human being that knows everything about this guy's underwear size. And you saw me reading off EVAI. I wasn't just making this shit up. I was literally reading keywords I was being given. And the guy's like, shit, this guy knows me intimately. Like, that's what he's thinking, is like, he knows everything about me. So this is what I did. I didn't
Well,
have
you were feeding him his words, weren't you? The words that you were seeing from EVAI were his words that he had said about himself.
Exactly. That he posted on
True.
LinkedIn, that he posted on YouTube, that he said in his podcast, that he has in his books. EVAI found everything. And the crazy thing about this whole thing is that if you have a sales team and they are given these tools and they are taught how to use these tools, the conversion rate and the booking rate and the show-up rate is going to go through the roof for you, because it does for our clients right now, because they have the tools. Now, imagine this. I didn't have any knowledge. I didn't have anything other than his phone number and email address, and I knew nothing other than his name is Sylvester. And I searched Sylvester, and Sylvester Stallone comes up. I know nothing about it. Now I have to start bothering him for information? Really? I have to start bothering him instead of being able to build rapport? I have to start figuring out, okay, tell me what you do. Tell me who you are. I don't want to tell you anything. You called me. Fuck off. You get what I'm saying? You called me, and you didn't do your research? Well, I don't have time to do research. I'm hungry. I got to speak to 100 people a day. First of all, you can't speak to 100 people a day. It doesn't make any sense. You can have 5, 10, 15, 20 really good conversations each day, and you can get 30, 40 rejections. But if you have 5, 10 good conversations every single day with people that could spend $5,000 to $100,000 a year with your business, you're going to make millions of dollars from each sales rep. And the way that you do that is you have AI do the research. You saw I left a comment on his post? I'm building credibility. He's going to be like, oh, who's the only person in the world that left him a comment? Joe Apfelbaum. He's going to be like, oh, my God, maybe this is the guy that called me. He might not even know that, but he might figure it out pretty quickly that, oh, my God, this is the guy that called me. He'll put 2 and 2 together, because he'll look at the text message I'll send him as a follow-up with a questionnaire, with my LinkedIn profile, telling him that I left a comment, telling him, oh, my God, I can't believe you don't like pizza. Is it because you're allergic or because you whatever? Like, did you have a bad experience as a child? Like, I'll get into it with him. And I was like, I don't know if I can trust you. You don't like pizza. Like, I can get into it. You get what I'm saying?
He does like tacos. The other thing I love, Joe, is I love that dialer, because, instead of punching in one number at a time, waiting to see if it rings, if anybody picks up, waiting, you had a connection in like 15 seconds. And that means salespeople do not need to cold call for 8 hours a day, every day. Most likely, if they're using tools like you're showing and doing it the way you just showed us, and I'd like to see more, by the way, an hour a day is probably plenty. Maybe 90 minutes. It could only be a half an hour, but you don't have to kill yourself all day, beating your head against the wall with nobody picking up and nobody to talk to when you're using systems like this.
And here's the other thing is, like, if you hire Jeff Goldberg to teach you how to be able to be centered like the way that I am, I have training. Like, I wasn't born this way. I used to be all in my head, and Jeff Goldberg helped straighten me out. So, like, if you work with Jeff Goldberg and he straightens you out and he helps you get out of your head trash and you're able to just be with the person and improv with the person. Do you see the way I kind of argued with him a little bit, but I didn't argue with him? Like, he didn't want to book a call. He's like, send me an email. Most sales reps will be like, yeah, I'll send you an email. I was still trying to book the meeting. I was still trying, okay, I'll send you the email. No question about it. But could we just pencil in something on Monday for 15 minutes? Could we just, and this is something I learned from you, because otherwise I'd be like, oh, sure, I'll send you an email. No, he said Monday at 7 p.m. is right. And I'm listening too, because he said I'm currently during work. He's a CFO, controller of a $35 million business. And most people are like, oh, CFOs don't pick up the phone. Dude, a CFO of a $35 million business picks up the phone. He does. You know why? Because everyone's afraid to call the guy. And when they do call him, he just hangs up on them, because they're just like, hey, you want Cablevision? No, I don't. Goodbye. Boom. Send me an email. Boom. Hang up. Nobody has the courage to, when he says, send me an email, say, yes, no problem, I'll send you one, but can we pencil in something for Monday, or is Tuesday better? And people are like, during work, he's busy, right? What do you think this, I don't know what he said. He said he's 70, 80. I don't know what he said, but he said
72.
He said, you think a 72-year-old guy is busy at 7 p.m.? If I said 9 p.m., he would be sleeping already. But at 7 p.m., he's not going to be busy. His friends
7
already.
7 p.m. is nap time before bedtime.
It's very possible that his friends already exited this universe. You know what I mean? Like, so people in their 70s and 80s, I know this for a fact because many of my clients are in 60s and 70s and 80s. They don't have a ton of friends that call them and want to build a relationship with them because a lot of their friends already perished. It's unfortunate, but the older you get, the more your friends will perish. And so you, as a youngin, you know, me in my 30s, 40s, and 50s, or, you know, some people think I'm in my 20s, and I won't argue with them. Somebody walked over to me. He's like, "Oh, how old are you? I'm looking for I'm looking for a significant other. Like, what's your age?" Like, "What? How old do you think I am, young lady?" And she's like, "Well, you're probably like 27." I was like, "You nailed it. You nailed it. How did you guess?" She's like, "I can tell by
you
how
and
much."
me both. We're both 27.
But the idea is I let people guess. I am playful. Here, that's something I did with the guy. I was like, I'm just playing. I'm just having a good time. He tells me something about his daughter. "Oh, what does your daughter do?" Right? I get into each piece of information that I get is an information that I leverage to the benefit of him because I want to help his daughter. I want to help his daughter. A guy that's worth $100 million came over to me at an event this past week. And I said, "Oh, what can I do to add value to your life?" I don't say, "Oh, can you do business with me?" I said, "What can I do to add value to your life?" Because he's already made it. He has $100 million. He doesn't need me. He doesn't need anyone. You know what he said? He said, "My future daughter-in-law needs a job. Can you help me?" I was like, "I will interview her. I will update her LinkedIn for her. I will write up her LinkedIn for her. I will give her a new headshot. I will connect her with the right people and bring her to a networking event. Would that be okay?" He's like, dude, it was worth it for me to fly to Florida to spend time with 140 CEOs that are just insane people just to have, you're the only one that offered to help like that. Other people are like, "Oh, send me the resume. I'll look into it, see if I can find her a position." You're literally going to help her find a job. And do I need anything from him? I don't need anything from him. I spoke to another guy who's basically retired. He sold his company to private equity. He's still in the company. He's making multiple seven figures just in income. And I came over to him. I said, "You have everything in the world. What can I do for you? What can I do to add value to your life?" And he's like, "Just be my friend. Be my friend." I give him a big hug. And then he asked me for somebody's number. I was like, "Let me text it to you right now. I'll give you the number." People want to be friends. They want to be connected. They want help on every single level. And so you not calling people is you being in your own head and thinking about yourself when you're anonymous.
Joe, I have to add this. If you are good at what you do, if you're a coach, if you're a consultant, no matter what you're selling, if you're good at it, then you're ripping yourself off by not reaching out to people because you can't serve them, and you're ripping them off. If you actually provide great value, which I know you do, and you keep saying I do, I appreciate that, my friend, but you're ripping off the world by not letting them know you're out there because this guy needs what you've got. There's a bunch of other people. For everybody who's listening, there are people right now who need exactly what you've got, and you're doing them and yourself a disservice by not reaching out.
Pick up the
other
phone.
thing I love, Joe, none of that sounded scripted.
Yeah, no, there is a script.
It's very natural.
There is a script. The script.
In the beginning.
Yeah, there is a script just to be able to make sure that I say the right thing. The script is written. It's built into the system. It comes up for me if I need it. I just click on script and it comes up for me. I already did it so many times, I don't need the script anymore because I know exactly what to say. So let's do a couple more. Let's do 2 or 3 more. I want to get a little bit of rejection going. Like I hope that, somebody like deeply, deeply rejects me for the sake of you guys. So you see how I handle the rejection, because sometimes some people will just curse me out. So let's keep going now just a little bit and see what happens. So I can just keep going from where I left off. I don't have to sit there and reinvent the wheel. I'm also going to copy this link so that I have it later for my team. I'm actually going to put it in here for Ash. Let's see where Ash is, because Ash has to book it for 7 p.m. tomorrow. Let me find her here. Here she is. Okay. She knows what to do. I already sent her the link. So now it's calling this leftover person here. I'm also going to go to the pipeline, and I'm just going to show you how many leads I have in the pipeline over here, just so you see. I have, let's wait for it to load here. I have 5,511 leads that came in the past 90 days. Okay, that's my lead system. So I have new lead, good lead, recalls, and we keep moving things around. Called R1, call attempted, call made qualification, job seeker, qualified, scheduled for demo, no shows, nurturing and follow-up. And you can see at each stage is a different amount of revenue that we expect to generate based on where they are in the pipeline.
So you're forecasting.
Exactly. I'm forecasting so I know, and then I can see how many deals I actually closed, how much verbal commitment we had this week, and then we kind of move people along. And in every stage, we have different people calling, and it makes life very, very easy for us to be able to do this. And again, I have an area code detector here. So something else that I did is I have an area code detector that tells me any area code. So if I did 917 here, it tells me, Sonja? Hello?
I'm sorry, who's calling?
Oh, hi. The reason I'm calling is because I was notified that you were interested in LinkedIn training. Are you looking for a job or are you looking for a client, Sonja?
I'm looking for a job.
Oh, amazing. What type of job are you looking for?
I'm looking for something in the accounting field, whether it's accounts receivable or payable specialist, credit and
Okay.
collections.
Okay. I just looked you up on LinkedIn and I couldn't find you because that's like the place that people typically look when they're looking
Yeah.
for people. Are you on LinkedIn right now or not really yet?
I am on LinkedIn.
Okay, cool. I'm looking for your profile so I could send. Oh, purchasing agent, accounts receivable purchasing in Greater Chittagua.
No, that's not me.
Okay.
Chattanooga.
Are you paying for LinkedIn? Do you have a little gold icon next to your name or something else?
Yeah, I have a little gold IN next to my name.
Okay. Oh, you have a little gold IN next to you. You're in Tennessee. That's where you are, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, amazing,
Yes.
amazing. Yeah, I'm looking at your profile. It looks like you have 48 connections and you're like missing a photo, missing a background photo, but you did post 17 hours ago that you're looking for a new adventure and you would appreciate support, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I would love
And
to
who are
have.
you with, sir?
Oh, my name is Joe Apfelbaum, and I'm with a company called Evy AI, EVY AI, and we built a little AI sales assistant that helps people be able to find opportunities, like get clients. We're hosting an event today at 12 p.m. that will basically show you how the technology works and to help you optimize your profile and do all the things. There's no cost to attend. And I'd love for you to come at 12 and just watch what we're doing, and we'll show you how it works. And if it's something that you're interested in, you can try it out. There's no credit card required or anything. And if you need support, we have some options where you can invest in getting training and stuff like that. But right now, it looks like you don't really know how to use LinkedIn properly to find your next opportunity. So
No, I do not.
I think you'll really, really benefit from attending today. Are you available at 12 today?
Yeah, is it like a just something like a Zoom meeting?
Yeah, it'll be evyai.com/success. I will send you a text message now, www.evyai.com/success at 12 p.m. today. Fernando's going to be there. Juan's going to be there. We're going to have a bunch of experts there. And I'm so excited that
I
you're
have a
going to be there.
question
Yeah, sure. Please
for
go
you.
ahead. Of course.
Okay, I want to upload. First of all, where it says my name,
Joe,
Sonia
look
Accounts
at
Receivable
WhatsApp.
Corley Manufacturing, I'm no longer at Corley, so I want
Okay.
to change
Of
that.
course.
I don't
Yeah.
want to.
That's the perfect question. That's the perfect question. That you can get answered during that session. So we'll be more than
Okay.
happy to answer that.
Where do I upload a new? I'm trying to find the. I want to look at the.
Yeah, you'll share
I
your
have-
screen. You could share your screen you can't share it now on the phone, unfortunately, but on Zoom
Right,
you can
but
share your
where
screen.
where do I upload a new resume to?
Oh, we'll show
this
you.
thing?
We'll show you exactly how to upload a new resume on LinkedIn.
Okay.
You upload it as a post. You attach it. We'll show you how to do it. We'll even help you use EVAI to write up the whole post and to help you draft your resume and everything and optimize it. And then we'll teach you how to use LinkedIn. Like we have a whole system that basically walks you through
Okay,
exactly
and how
to
long
use
is this call?
It's usually an hour, but you don't have to stay for the whole hour. You can attend for as little or as long as you want.
Okay, I just wanted to be sure that I'm carving out enough time for it.
Yeah. I think you'll benefit a lot. I think every good thing in life comes from a relationship. Do you agree with that?
Yes, and
So-
I'm learning. I mean, like I
Yes.
said, I've never had to go through this route of.
Yeah.
I've always had somebody come to me and go, "Hey,
Of course. But now
I've got a job."
there's 1.2 billion people on LinkedIn, Sonja. 1.2 billion people, and so networking, building relationships is how you find the best jobs on LinkedIn and in general in life. You probably already have many relationships of people that don't even know that you're looking right now. That's the crazy thing.
Sure.
And so we'll help you network, build relationships, help you get out there, and help you take your life to the next level.
Okay.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you so much for letting me know that you're looking
Now,
for an
where
opportunity.
did you get my number from again?
Oh, you filled out a little form that said you wanted to learn how to use LinkedIn on a website.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no doubt that I probably did that.
And that's why I called. I figured if you need help, I'm happy to help. Some people are looking for consulting. Some people are looking for clients, especially these days with AI. People are looking for, because they're having a harder time finding a job. So they say, you know what? Until I find a job, let me get a couple clients under my belt, like consulting clients. And then maybe some of those clients can turn into a full-time opportunity. So some of our people that we taught how to get clients to, because I've been running my own business for the past 20 years, they decided to become coaches, consultants, fractionals, and they're making $100,000 a year doing that on the side, So it's not for everybody because you have to go out there and do sales and whatever. But if you can learn how to do it, that could be a very powerful skill to have if you do need it,
Yes, sir.
Awesome. All right, so see you at
Okay,
12.
all
I
right.
sent you a text message, and I'm looking forward to seeing you then.
Okay, thanks so much. I appreciate it. Bye-bye.
All right, talk to you soon. Bye.
Brilliant.
All right, so what did you think of that? Let's debrief real quick. Let me go ahead and make this full screen. What did you think of that call versus the other call? I don't even know what's going on over here. Oh, there you go. Okay. What did you think of that call versus the other call before? Because they're very two different types of people.
Both handled brilliantly, though. You quickly saw that she probably wasn't going to be a customer immediately, and you invited her to something for free, which is a great way to get somebody to see what you do, how brilliant you are. I know you're going to give her great value, and you'll probably at noon specifically call her out and help her with the questions that she asked. I also like the way you did not give her what she wanted immediately, because then she might not come at noon. So I thought it was just beautifully handled. You also came from a place of truly helping her. You were giving her great advice, and you weren't really pitching her, even though, of course, you want to sell your products and services just like we all do. So I thought it was handled beautifully, just like the first one.
And the difference is the first one, the guy didn't ask me who I am, who's calling. And she
she
right
did.
away went into the defensive of who's calling. And I answered
And how'd you get my number?
And I answered it very gracefully. And at the end, she said, how'd you get my number and all that? And I also said, you filled out a form. She's like, I probably did. Because people don't remember. She actually filled out a form yesterday, so she probably doesn't remember she filling out a form. But again, that's why it's a cold call, because she doesn't know who I am, and I'm totally random, I'm totally cold, out of the blue. Even though she filled out a form, it could be that she didn't fill out a form, and I told her she filled out a form. What's the difference? If I tell you filled out a form like 2 weeks ago, you think you could remember all the forms you filled out 2 weeks ago? There's no way that you would ever remember. There's no way that you would remember. You could argue with me and say I did it, but okay, well then you didn't fill out a form. Goodbye. But do you want a job? I'm not. If someone's starts arguing with me about that, there's no way I filled out a form. How'd you get my number? Da, 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 and they start fighting with me. I'll be like, listen. I understand you're upset that I called you. I understand that. I understand that you're upset that I called you. Are you upset that I called you? He's like, yes, I'm very upset that you called me. I understand you're very, very upset. Would you like me to apologize for calling you right now, or would you like me to help you find a job? Which one? It's up to you, because I could do both.
Joe, am I correct that if she had not filled out a form, you would not say that as a technique, because it's a lie? You wouldn't say, well, you filled out a form, but she actually did.
Of course not. I would tell her, I came across your LinkedIn post saying you're looking for a job.
There you go.
And then I would just say, and it would be crazy for her to be arguing with me with the amount of authority that I show, regardless of who I am, because me saying I'm Joe of Ajax Union doesn't really matter. I just made some noise out of my mouth and she heard it and she doesn't remember. If you call her right now and say, what was the guy's name that spoke to you? She would not remember. What was the company name? She would not remember. What do they do for a living? She would not remember. She wouldn't remember any of it. The only thing that she knows is she has to be at 12 o'clock today at eviai.com/success, because she got a text message with that. That's the
What
only
she's
thing
going to remember is that she spoke to a guy who seemed to be coming from a place of, I want to help. Oh, you're looking for a job? Come to this thing for free. And I love the way you tossed in to really take away any worries. You don't even have to give a credit card. Just come check it out. One of the things that's so crucial in cold calling and in selling is we have to make people feel safe. And when we're making it too difficult to deal with us, asking them for tons of information or a credit card up front, we're not making them feel safe. And you did a beautiful job of making them feel very safe and comfortable, which we need to do.
Okay, so we got two successful one's a client seeker with his daughter that's also a client seeker, and one's a job seeker. Let's try to get a rejection. Let's go for a no, because we have to get annoyed. We have to get someone that's really angry at us. You know what I mean? we gotta resume it. We gotta find someone who's upset, because it can't be this easy. You know what I mean? It can't be like, oh, nobody rejects you. Like, really? And by the way, did you see the way I selected her name? Right-clicked on her name, clicked on EviAI, and just find her on LinkedIn, and then boom, EviAI found her on LinkedIn after I confirmed that her area code matched her LinkedIn. You see that?
You even mispronounced her first name and where she lives.
Yeah, that's insane that I mispronounced. I said Chachanga, and she said no, and I'm like, oh.
It's Sonia and Chattanooga.
And then, and then I said, you live in Tennessee, and she said yes. I'm like, okay. I don't even know how to pronounce your city, but that's the whole crazy part of this thing is that you don't have to be perfect. You really don't have to be perfect. You can be extremely, extremely imperfect. And I was also leaving comments on someone else's post while I did that. Did you notice that as well? That I went on Virginia's post and I left a comment on Virginia's post. So while the phone is ringing, I could be networking, building relationships, trying to get on. I just left a voicemail because I clicked on the voicemail button. So I don't want to have to actually leave a voicemail. So I have pre-recorded voicemails that I could drop on people's in general.
So it just drops in. It drops in. You don't have to take the time to leave it.
Exactly.
Beautiful.
All right,
Big
Philip.
time.
Okay, so he was no answer. He picked up, and then he heard me talking, and then he just hung up. That's fine. Sometimes people will do that. So let me go in here and look on LinkedIn homepage. So I want to see if anybody's leaving comments. Guys, if you're watching live, just say you're watching live right now. If anybody's watching live, it looks like we have 11 comments on my live. Let's see what people are saying. Just say I'm watching. Let me know where you're dialing in from. It looks like we have all these people commenting here. I like where this is going. Blah, blah, blah. Brian says, amazing. You're a dog at asking questions. Cold calling live.
You are a dog asking questions.
You got to
I
ask
think that was a
questions.
compliment.
Yeah, I love that. That's cool. Yeah, so it's extremely powerful when you start realizing the power of LinkedIn, and you can see all the comments that someone leaves on LinkedIn. So often I'll go and I'll check to see what people are saying in many different places on LinkedIn, and that's a powerful thing when you can go around looking at everything. Okay, so the campaign ended. I called 40 people, got through to 2, not bad. I'm going to go ahead and close this dialer. I'm going to go back into the opportunities tab, and now instead of just calling 40 people, we're going to do we're going to go here, and we're going to pick this over here, call attempted. This is a little bit of a harder one, the call attempted one. They're a little bit of older leads. We tried to call them. We didn't get through. We're not sure if anyone is even there, but these are 1,800 leads that came in over the past 90 days that we've been trying to call, and most of them nobody picked up. So that's a pretty cold, like even colder one than the ones that just kind of came in fresh and we haven't even called. So
part of the beauty of the dialer is that you can be doing other things while it's dialing for you.
Yeah, I could be having a conversation with someone. I could be doing research. I could be building my next list out. And I don't need to worry about like, oh, who's going to pick up the phone? What? If somebody picks up. I'll quickly get oriented by switching to that tab. And then it'll just, and a lot of the times I also put on music. There's a website called Suno. So I make my own music that kind of pumps me up. So I'll go in here to my library and I'll take a song. Like, for example, I'll find a nice song related to something that's super motivating. Let's see. I'm going to go here. Posting party with Joe. Riff on LinkedIn. LinkedIn Daddy. Look at this. Let's 99 heck. Look how motivating all that gas, is. No nap. Joe in the suit. Hello? Hi, is this Juan?
Yes.
Hi, the reason I'm calling is because I got notified that you were interested in LinkedIn training. Are you looking for a job, Juan, or are you looking for clients? Which one?
Yeah, but I'm not interested in LinkedIn training.
Oh, you're not? Okay. What are you looking for? What are you looking for? Are you looking for clients? Are you looking for like referrals?
What I am looking for is for change my job.
Oh,
I'm
good.
an HR director.
You're an HR director.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I love that you're an HR director. That's really, really cool. I love speaking to HR director. You're in the process of what?
Just switching jobs.
Okay.
I work for Ashley Furniture.
Okay, Ashley.
But I'm looking to make a change.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing right now.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I would love to connect with you and kind of show you what we're doing for other people that are looking for positions and maybe introduce you to some of the recruiters in my network. Do you like networking and building relationships, or are you kind of opposed to that?
No, I'm fine with that. But let me do something. I'm right now in a meeting.
Okay.
So
are you available at 7 p.m. tonight? Are you available at 7 p.m. tonight?
Nah, let's do that next week.
7
Today's
p.m.
Friday,
Okay,
so I have
Monday at 7.
event.
Monday at 7:15.
Yeah, Monday 6 p.m. It could be.
Okay, let's
do
do
that.
Are you
free?
Yeah, I'm free. I'm free
Okay,
on Monday
all right.
at 6:30. Okay, I'll call you then.
All right, we can do that.
All right.
Okay,
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Joe, before you go on to the next one, let me
Yeah, let me pull this up over here for you. Got it. Let me open this up front and center. Okay, go ahead.
So clearly he was in a rush. He needed to get off the phone. Why did you not invite him to the noon thing?
Because he's more exclusive, the type of person that he is. I want to get into Ashley. So this could be a multi-million-dollar opportunity for me right here.
Gotcha.
Before he gets out, I want to try to get him in. I want him to get me in while he gets out, and then when he gets into the next place, I want help getting me into the next place that he gets into. So I want to place him in the next place. I want to introduce him to 3 recruiters. I want to change his flippin' life. I want to meet him in person, and I want to get into Ashley Furniture. I want to train their sales reps. I want to close $1 million in revenue. And in order to do that with this guy right now, I can't just put him into the noon thing. My team's not going to know what to do. But if a person doesn't have a LinkedIn and they're like whatever and they're looking for like an accounting job, just go talk to my team. They're going to help you. But this guy, that opportunity for me, that's a massive, massive opportunity for me
and me
and you. So this is like a treasure, you know. So I'm gonna make my 7 p.m. available tonight to speak to this guy, but he's not available at 7 p.m. So but Monday at 6 he is. So Monday at 6, this guy's front and center. Is going to take up an hour of my time, and it's $1 million. That's what I'm going for.
Yep, I think he said 6:15, by the way. So, so make sure. But now, how's he going to know that? Are you going to send him an invite?
Yeah. So I'm going to have my assistant, which they say if you don't have an assistant, you are an assistant. She's on this call right now listening. Her name is Jen. She sees that I already put his link with all his information in the CRM in WhatsApp. She's going to move it in the pipeline for me. I don't even have to do any of that stuff. It's going to move in the pipeline. She's going to send him a calendar invite. She's going to email him. She's going to text him. She's going to invite him. She's going to do all the administrative stuff that is not the best use of my time.
Brilliant. I just wanted to make sure somebody was going to send this guy an invitation, because otherwise, if you just call him at 6:15, he's not going to remember. We only have about 8 minutes left. Do we have time for one more?
We do have time for one more, but instead of doing one more, I think what people will benefit more of is realizing something, like wrapping up with like a certain realization. Because I can book more, and you already saw most people don't book 3 meetings in an hour.
3 times in less than an hour. 3 conversations, all positive.
And by the way, I picked a list. If you see this guy from December, in the middle of the night, he filled out something about learning how LinkedIn works, some random thing that he'll never remember anything about. And he even confronted me. He basically, I'm not looking for that. I'm not looking for a job. I'm not looking for clients. I'm not looking for anything. I'm not looking for LinkedIn training. I don't want any of that. And it's like, okay, you don't want it. But are you, but, are you looking for a job? Are you like, what are you looking for? And then he had the courage to be honest with me, because it's risky. He's like,
well, at first he said no. If you first asked me, you're looking for a job or looking for clients, he said no. And then he told you later on, oh, yes, I am looking for a job. He opened up to you. It was beautiful.
Yeah. And you know what? I could have kept him on the phone. Even if he had to go, I could have kept him on the phone for a long time. But my objective is to build a real relationship with the guy and be really, really connected to him. So okay, recognizing the immense opportunity that I have now from just calling a guy from a cold list that already went stale. Like, you know what you can do? I want to tell somebody else. You can buy somebody else's old leads and call them. Like, if you're in sales right now, you can be an anonymous human being that does something called lead reactivation. You can go to somebody that is advertising today. Hi, Maishi. You can go to somebody that's advertising today that has 5,000 old leads with phone numbers. And you can rebook those meetings, and you can charge $200 per booked call. And you can do this all day and all night and just book meetings. And it doesn't take much to do the lead reactivation. You're an anonymous person. I can do this for anybody. This is a skill that anybody can do. You have to have Evie AI helping you. You have to have the right CRM. You have to have a dialer, because if I tried to call 40 people, it would take me all day to call 40 people. But you saw I called 40 people in 15 minutes. I dropped a bunch of voicemails. And I did it so fast. So I want people to know that you need the right strategy. You need to know what to say. That's the right strategy. You need the right community of people to be able to help you, be able to figure out what to do and support you and learn in a community. You need the right technology. Like that's a big component, strategy, community technology. And then you need accountability to actually do it. Like if I,
So,
yeah.
what about this? So you're an incredibly articulate guy and your brain works amazingly quickly. Not everybody is as articulate. Not everybody's brain works the same way yours does. Mine is quick. It ain't like yours. What about for somebody who doesn't quite have the facilness that you do, the ability to just respond so quickly? What can they do? Will something like Evie AI help them, even though they're not as fast as you?
It not only it'll help them, it'll even be more important to them. It'll even be more important to them. And the reason it'll be more important to them is because I don't necessarily need to rely on any of that. I have the gift of gab, so I can just talk without any tools and get away with it. The fact that I use the tools make me a superstar. So, Ash and Mark and all the other people that are calling right now, they need to rely on a script. They need to rely on the tools. They need to go slow, and they mess up more than I can possibly mess up. If Juan's like, "Are you looking for the thing?" You say, "No," they may have already hung up. "Oh, you're not looking? Okay, goodbye." Boom. They may have already hung up. So getting the training from someone like you, Jeff, can help optimize somebody. That's really important. You have to have the training, and you have to always be training. That's number one. Number two, the second thing that's extremely important is if you don't have the gift of gab, having a script that you work off is going to be extremely important. Number three is I role play every day with my team. 9:15 every single day we role play with the team. Why? Because if you're not role playing, you're practicing with clients. You could either practice before the game or you can practice during the game. Most salespeople practice on the game and they end up feeling sorry for themselves because it's not a safe place to practice. They're getting judged by all the fans. So instead of practicing during the game, practice before the game.
That's what the pros do. That's what the pros do. And Joe, besides these amazing tools,
Joe,
you also
podcast
actually go
for
into
minutes.
companies and do training live. You train people how to do this stuff, yes?
Yes. I train people on how to do this stuff. I don't train people on sales training. I train people on how to be able to use LinkedIn effectively to build this list, to know you have your list, to get people's attention, to understand exactly how to do it. That's extremely, extremely important. Extremely important.
And Joe, let's say somebody's watching and they're like, I got to have some of this. I got to have some Joe Apfelbaum in my company, or I need some LinkedIn training, or I need Evie AI. How do people reach you if they're interested in finding out about working with you or your brilliance?
If they're interested in working with me, the only thing they need to do is send the word demo to 973-841-8868, and they will get a demonstration video of Evie AI. That's 973-841-8868. Send the word demo as a text message. If you're international, you can send me a WhatsApp on my LinkedIn. You can find me on joelinkedin.com, J-O-E, linkedin.com. And, that's how you get a demo, come to one of our webinars. We have classes all the time. We have stuff happening every single day. We have events. Today at 11 a.m. in 3 minutes, we're going to have a posting party inside our community where everybody's going to post and comment on each other's posts and connect and build relationships. And we just did a 4-hour prospecting boot camp. And if you guys want access to our 4-hour prospecting boot camp, where we literally went through and I just showed people how I call. A lot of it was like, giving you the script and helping you figure out how to use these little tools and how to use a CRM and how to set up the stages. We don't teach any of the stuff that Jeff teaches in his Sales Confidence Club, his Sales Confidence program, which I always tell everyone to go to Jeff's Sales Confidence program because it'll double your sales.
SalesConfidenceLab.com.
SalesConfidenceLab.com. Go sign up to it. You'll get 24 hours of Jeff's time over the course of 12 weeks, which will totally blow away anything that you've ever done in sales. And it's so inexpensive and it's so easy to go, and you get the replays of the last one. It's just insane the amount of value that Jeff gives. So go to SalesConfidenceLab.com and sign up for that. But I just
Joe, is this where people go if they want to join you today?
They just you have to add a .com before the /
Oops.
Yeah, that's fine.
My bad.
Yeah, but it's EVYAI.com/success. Every day at 12 and every day at 7 Eastern, we meet live. I suggest that you come, watch what's going on there. Even if you just want to come to network, there's always a dozen or 24 people there that are learning how to be able to get people into their system, get prospects, get leads, get referrals, get clients, and build your relationship.
Joe, I don't know what other words I can say to you that I haven't already said to you and 8 million people that I speak with about how much I love you, how fantastic human being you are. You're a great father, a great friend, and again, I'm honored. And you are a brilliant businessman, and truly, I love you, my friend. Thank you so much for sharing your brilliance with us today so generously. Any last words that you want to impart with us?
I just want to say, guys, go out and do it. The more conversations you have, the more clients you'll make. And I appreciate you. Thank you very much. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Boom.
Thank you, Joe. And I'll end as I always do. Please remember, guys, sales is a game of making things happen. You just watched Joe Apfelbaum make things happen. Get out there and make sales happen. Have a great weekend.